They go for 960, but they won't do it.
So you're looking close to $1 million. So you're looking.
Oh, we got over one. We got 1.1. And that one they lost because there was a $4,000 disagreement about who paid for the kids.
Yeah.
And he's a principal. What's the principal? That's the principal. He's just that. He's in OD for 3 months.
How long ago was that?
Every weekend, I know.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know, that's why I kept saying, because the care is fantastic. But there comes a point where it's like, you know, you've done everything and everything right, and they're just
Good students showing up
injury.
7 in the morning and studying.
Well,
Did you just
It's
leave here?
ridiculous, I'm sorry.
Since when? Sunday?
Or Monday.
We have no real motivation. Only motivation is, you try price on the land and you try to.
Oh, sorry.
They're living Jupiter Ford.
okay.
And the thing did it. Not the fun show right now. Or do a video when they're doing 6 things in a row.
Right. Yeah. Does sound frustrating.
Nice guy. I mean, the West Coast is less time. We know that's next time we're all over. And he's in the there's really no reason. His kids, his grandkids, everything is in the
Okay.
That's what
It's nice down there. I wouldn't want to live there.
I think they can steal something when they need it. Because everything they want is
Meg.
Yeah. Really? How far into
Oh,
it?
this is yummy spaghetti.
Yeah, we just start right there whenever
Right.
whenever I go up.
Because we won't have time to do all of them.
Yeah, I'll whiz through them real quick.
Back up better,
So
or
you
what?
tell me how long, and then that's how I'll
Just
take.
keep it.
Yep, that's fine.
So I never found out who took that picture in front of the palace. I thought it was your phone. Then I asked Audrey and she was
I checked on mine.
I just have those two pictures.
Where was it?
Did you go look on mustministry.org? Because that guy that was walking around taking pictures.
I saw the group picture he posted.
Oh, okay.
That was cute.
Over near the
Yeah, he
public
posted that way. I think the pellet was one of us.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't my phone.
I think
That
you
would
said
have
I
been-
want to get a picture of the palace.
You just mentioned, but you didn't offer your phone.
Honestly,
I don't know. It wasn't one of us. Somebody offered their phone. I don't know who it was.
Who's the agent on
I
the
know.
back?
How do you eat that? There's no
On the
focus,
back
but
up.
better not blast off
So you guys
He's
now-
trying to
and have a
What,
yellow
you had a
trip
backup?
all over.
yeah, now we do this.
Thank you so much.
I was talking to a guy in my neighborhood who, his wife is friends with one of Wagner, but he buys a lot of rental properties. His wife's kind of like organizing all that for her. That might have been one of the neighborhoods that he liked. And then married him, like, right to there.
We saw you last Tuesday. You
Rentals
were
because
somewhere.
he was saying like maybe the HOA takes care of some of the exterior. Yeah. Well, if the backup needs a backup.
So,
I haven't been in there. Nowhere. What are you talking about?
It's pretty down there. Really pretty. Did you go to Joe's
It's
Crab?
crazy though.
we did go to South.
You know, all the
Yeah.
townhomes and that. Everything.
Oh wow.
I had a lot of vacations.
Who are you? Oh Must be tough. And to finance all that?
How are you today?
One spoon every night. Well,
Depends on where you are.
oh, yeah. But he owns the restaurant, so he contributes. You all own one restaurant
How
at
much
the
of it
key,
is,
so you
you know, how
contribute
much
to
of it
the
is like
kitchen.
acres
I get that.
They're applying what they saw over here to this area when they're advising their clients and Mulberry, like 1.15.
Oh, yeah. Hey. Yeah. I know. It's been good.
Right.
I was over here. Well, price is not reaching masses, so. One of those today.
What's that?
Please don't.
Yeah.
Right.
What?
How are you?
What's up?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know where you were sitting today.
So come over here. Because I always have to. I'm like, I woke up 1:30 this morning.
Good morning.
So I'm kind of done.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's a bit much.
It's for Site County, but it's alphabetic address because
Thank you.
How was the negotiation? For 650 and he asked, kind of was verbally presenting to the agency, kind of like, no problem. She's like, we've got several over 7. And so he said, well, thank you. And I'm like, can't compete there. So, yeah. But yeah, I was really into worse than that. Like, a month and a half ago,
Good morning, everybody. Let's go ahead and get started. Somebody give me some good news. Dun, 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 dun.
Since Liz isn't here, I will share some fantastic news after we collect your money for your Cater Cares.
Somebody's phone.
Somebody's phone number. But we wrote a check to Must Ministries for $2,370, and that includes some donations by some individuals. Supreme kicked in with a donation. Reed Clark sent another donation directly to them. We had 65 volunteers, which is a 20% participation in the office, which is amazing. And we did a drawing for people who participated in person. You got your name into a drawing. So Joanna Smith, Kayla Thompson, and Yvette Baharis, all 3 won prizes for Red Day.
So did.
Oh, and so did Stephanie Kahn, because she motivated her ALC group to come and had the highest participation. So thank you for everyone who came out on Red Day. It was amazing, and we appreciate all your help.
Thank you. And Supreme.
Yeah, thank you for the
And
food
Reed.
and drink.
What's the back? One time.
Oh.
Da, 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 da. And thank you, Reed, for the delicious cider, which was fun, guys. And so we ate well last night. And then I went to the beach last weekend, and Dale and I ate a little too well. Jack's like, So it's okay. It was great. But to this, to Christy, it was exceptional Red Day. Mo and I were emailing back and forth. She was so excited about what we're doing and the money we raised, and so which is a great thing. So just congratulations. And just participate. I understand it, but you missed a really good time. It was something to do. So thank you, Kristen, for all the hard work. Who else has got some good news? Yes, ma'am. Good news.
I have my second closing today.
Let's give it a round. Yeah. Well, that's
Hard work pays off. Hard work pays off.
In my 39 years in real estate, 39 years in real estate, I've never known anyone that worked hard and smart that did not do all the business. And you would think, oh, they're the personality to do better. No, you have no personality to do business. Or, oh, if you come from a good family, went to the right schools, you'll do better. Nah, that's not true. So guys, the ones that work hard and smart are the ones that continue to do business. And so, congratulations to you all that are out there. We're going to have some fun this morning. I'm handing out some awards, which that should be great. So Wednesday, June, are you guys? I'm sorry, early. Like Thomas and Brown. Are you here, Thomas?
I have
and Brown?
one more piece of good news. Supreme Lending finished its 35th Habitat House on Saturday.
Yeah.
We're going to go to next year, so we invite everybody to come join us. It was really fun.
And Dr. Ike. What is Dr. Ike on?
Oh,
yeah.
he's awful. Really
It's
like that.
What a great personality. And I told him, and Pat, Pat, we didn't talk the whole time. No, but it was like, it was a wonderful week last week. So anyway, Carrie, are you with us someplace? Yesterday, Carrie got surprised at a class yesterday afternoon. There were 25 signed up. And they showed up. And our friend, when I told you that, what did you say about that? 'Cause we do that a lot in the upper room.
Yes, we do. If you want people to show up, it's for a Monday class, it's Sunday night at 9. Y'all have gotten my text,
That's right.
right? It's the text and the phone calls. Yeah, and Monday morning too, right? I'm texting, don't forget, right? Come on out. It's reminding, because people have the best of intentions, but you have to remind them. Yeah.
Guys, it's great. So, but anyway, and so I went over here this afternoon to Cinco. You know where Cinco is? You? I went to Cinco this afternoon, which is Acres Mill in 41, and a little section there, and it was fabulous food. It's Mexican, but they had tuna, raw tuna chitopas, so they were fabulous. Wow. So anyway, guys, I've eaten well this past week. So anyway, Thomas and Brown, guys, they are our in-house closing attorney, and guys, they are fabulous. Oh my God. In 11 years here, I've had 0 complaints about Thomas and Brown. And so, guys, we love Thomas and Brown. Ron Thomas is a jewel among jewels, and of course, Terry has the best job on the planet. So, guys, thank you all so very much, Thomas and Brown. Moving on. Thomas and Brown invite you to turn this off. I can see and read it more than anything else. So Thomas and Brown, I invite you to join us. Join us on the patio, Southern Gentleman Buckhead, June the 2nd, 5:30 to 7:30. So guys, please join them. There'll be some delicious appetizers, et cetera, et cetera. So please go, guys. That is a fun place to go to. The Southern Gentleman, it's a great bar in Buckhead. So please go, and all the details are online. Partners, who's up? Camilo.
Good morning, Keller Williams.
Good
Yes.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
Did you get the trailer?
We're gonna start with a little video about the next personal and professional best. I don't know if you attended Negotiate Like a Champion. Anybody attended the first part, the part 1? No? Shame on you. You're gonna see what we have right there, because in these exceptional times, we need to keep learning how to negotiate, right? Right?
Right.
So,
So if you want to see part 1, go to supremebest.com/ppb, and you can watch part 1 there. But part 2 is going to be May 26th, 3 p.m.
yeah, we're gonna share that on the chat a little bit, and on the Facebook as well. So you can get into that. Also, we have our C class. Some of you attended the market like a rock star. This is another C class. This is awesome. I mean, this is a different perspective, a new perspective about how to market yourself. So take advantage of this. This is on June 7, 1 to 4 p.m. We're gonna send some more information about that.
Here?
Yeah,
It's, video, yeah.
video, yes.
Okay.
Because we're sharing,
Zoom?
Zoom, yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah,
we
no,
want to
I
take
see.
advantage of the CE class with other Keller Williams as well, so we're sharing that. So as much as people can have, because there's a lot of people asking for it. So don't miss that one. We're gonna send you some more information. But definitely, again, we are not here just to get you, help us, we can do the loan, but also to help you get better professionally, personally, so you can become your best and get more business, more deals. That's what we want, right? More commission.
So I wanted to just kind of share a little bit of historical perspective, because, you know, I'm talking to buyers every day, and they're concerned about rates, y'all are concerned about rates, what they can afford. So 1978, the average 30-year fixed rate was in the 8% range. 79 was 9.94. By 1980, it was 16.64. So 9.94, 16.64.
Can you give that again?
Sure.
Yeah,
1978,
1978.
8%. 1979, 9.94. 1980, 16.64. Right? So a 7% increase, right? Almost double, you know, or up, I guess, 40% of increase in interest rates. You know, so that makes 5.5 look pretty cheap, right?
Oh, by the way, for your international clients as well, it's important that you know that, Nina, you know that. I'm from Colombia, South America, South Carolina. 13% rate, 30% down payment, 20-year term. Okay, so every time that I'm talking to international, you know, I say, I mean, this worse than here. This is awesome. You can get 3.5%, 0%, 5%, and look at those rates. So it's a conversation that we always want to have on that.
But so I didn't enter the housing market until 1987. That's when I bought my first home, right? And I know buyers now, they have the perspective, well, 2 years ago it was in the 2s, and last year was in the 3s, now it's in the 5s. I'm like, yeah, but that's still low. You know what? 2 years from now, when you know, it's gonna be in the 6s probably sometime this year, if not higher, right? 2 years from now, people are gonna be used to that. I mean, we just need to get through this little shock, the next, and then, you know, I mean, I remember getting one, most of my friends that bought homes at 17%. I got 10. I was thrilled, you know, and just because I bought later. So, Q1, there was negative growth, reported a negative growth in gross domestic product. The definition of a recession is when there's two consecutive quarters of negative growth. And there's some economists a lot of economists think that we might be in a recession right now, right? It doesn't feel like it though, right? Why doesn't it feel like it? Because to us, well, there's a housing shortage. We got a 5-year housing shortage. So people are still gonna be buying homes. And from an employment perspective, there's 1.94 jobs for every person that's looking. So you know, it doesn't feel like a recession at all. But don't be surprised when, you know, you hear that, if that comes out in a couple more months, that, okay, we're in a recession because of this. It's okay. We still have the housing shortage. Housing prices are still gonna be going up. You know, it's just the economy kind of taking a breath, letting off some steam, which it needs to do. You know, if you have a pressure cooker going, you know, I remember my mom had this little weight on top of a pressure cooker, and if it didn't let off some steam, it would explode, right? So, so what should your clients do? They should buy now. If they can afford it, they should buy now. They're gonna get a better interest rate now than they are 3 months from now or 6 months from now, right? They're gonna get a better home price now than they are 6 months from now. You can't look in the rearview mirror, you have to look forward. But if you can afford to buy now, and then what should we do as professionals in the real estate industry? We need to improve ourselves through coaching, like with Mark Green or Gary or Carrie. we sharpen our saws, there's more training, just, become better at our game, negotiate better, and invest in our own business. And Camilo and I are here to help you do that.
On a personal note, people is asking me or asking us about that, I'm gonna pay now less rent than mortgage. Personal note, I have an Alpharetta house. It was renting for $1,700, now I'm renting it on $2,300. More than a mortgage. I'm taking advantage because I'm investor right there. But people think that is gonna change renting as well as getting up. So fine, why not?
Okay, well,
Thank you.
We're here to help.
By the way, my rental is available.
Come on up, Lisa. Hey, guys, this way for her. This lady is an angel. Anybody that brings the type of food that she makes.
Thank you.
I mean, she didn't run by the bagel place to pick up bagels. She actually made some delicious.
Made some fun
I
stuff.
tried it all.
Yeah, good. Awesome.
Excellent.
Okay.
That's right, so
um,
welcome.
Thank you. So I'm Lisa Malvia. I'm Carrying Transitions here in the area. We do a lot of stuff, and I'm here to help you sell more faster. That's all you need to know. Number one, all the food is from a little shop called Rise and Shine. I love to support small businesses. They're at the corner of like Sandy Plains and Highway 92. They have a fitness shop. They employ special needs kids and stuff. So when you go in or have a drive-through, I mean, it's helping special people, have a place in our world. She prepared little cards and there's a little tea bag in here. So I want everyone to take one of that because they're like I go by there every day and get a smoothie. Okay. So and I'll pass those out. And then I have these for you. So can we do the lights again so we can see the picture? I'm gonna do just 3 or 4 pictures and then kind of show you what we do. Can you push and go back to and then go to presentation mode? See if y'all can see this. Okay, here, the light's not good here. This is a room full of clutter. This is an empty room. Okay?
Wait, do that again?
This is a room that you really cannot walk through. This is a clean room. My team, I'm gonna come and sit with you and talk with your client, and I'm gonna listen, I'm gonna play nice, and I'm gonna give them a process to empty their house on a timeline so you can sell it faster. Okay? So that's just, I always just kind of like full, empty. And they'll listen to me because I'm gonna give them a process and the tools and the approach and the team to kind of get this done. So it's not sucking up your time while you're selling, but it's getting you ready to sell. It's helping them move along. We've done probably 450 projects in the last 2 years. We help people move. We help people pack, move, unpack, hang pictures, make beds. They just walk in and go, ah. And then we help sell all their stuff and get it cleaned out. Okay, so that's all the things on this little sheet is anything and everything in between. Every project's different. Sometimes we plan it all out. Sometimes it's stacked on top of each other because of our market. Next slide. This is just another visual. Okay. How many of you have walked into a house where you're like, you don't even know where to start? Yes. Okay, this is another example recently. If you'll go to the next slide, I just want to show you things. So this is an example of an artifact that came from this house. There are 3 auctions run out of this house, about 1,000 items, over $60,000 in sales just in the first 2 auctions, 45,000 bids. And what my team does is we film all of that and then we post it online. It goes to 6,000 followers locally, 437,000 nationally. And then we use social media targeting for special collections. So of that small house that you saw, it was a 1,200 square foot condo. And it took us probably a month because there was just so much stuff. 3 auctions worth. Okay, next slide. So just know that that's what we're gonna help you do. You're selling the house. I'm helping sort through the house, pack, plan, move, sell everything, clean it out. everything that's in between. We focus on seniors. There's about 60, 70 retirement communities around here, but I do state to state moves. We are a national network. There are 240 owners like myself across the US, so we'll take moves in, we'll help moves going out, just kind of all that stuff. So I am here, I'm your extra salesperson. I've had 35 years in corporate America selling, and I'm just here to listen and smile and help give people a plan. That's it. So I'm gonna pass out cards and just kind of a little game plan. Yes, ma'am?
Well, I just wanted to add in, because one of my clients is actually using her right now, and a lot of y'all saw the house. It was the one we called like the Southern Living House. It's gorgeous. So it's not always the hoarder problem house. He just wanted somebody else to do it. He has unbelievable stuff. He's downsizing, so she has been awesome with him, going in, listening. They're downsizing, they're doing the auction, he's gonna have awesome stuff.
Yep.
So it's just speaking from experience, she's awesome, and
Oh, thank you. Thanks
it's
for
been a great
bringing
experience.
in. So it's an example. I think in the you know, everybody wants a perfect plan. We do a perfect plan, but then there are changes, and so sometimes we don't know where we're going, or we're going to go to storage, or we're going to go here, or I've just sold my house. Where am I going to go? I'm like, okay, well we'll figure all that out. We'll just kind of put it to a plan. So I think that's got my time limit. So
Any questions, anybody?
Yes,
ma'am.
Do you go to storage units?
I do.
Okay.
Sometimes we will, if we have to have a house empty really quick, we will move things to storage for the client, you know, so that they can know where they're going to go later. Sometimes we will move the rest of the contents into storage, and we'll do an auction out of storage. So I get about half of my business is planned out, and then there are two emergent situations. One comes from the hospital. Mom's fallen. We're not letting her go home. Go figure out some things and make her pretty at this retirement community, and then sell everything. And then the second one is y'all. My client just sold their house, and we've got a contract, and we have to be out in 25 days. Well, let me get over there right now. So those, I have the urgent situations. I have multiple teams. We're kind of bopping around, and so we do storage units. We'll go to storage units. We like to do stuff out of the house. It just saves money for the client. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's a plan, and y'all's timelines and hospital clinical timelines are kind of what we work around.
Anything else? We can move on.
Yep.
Give her a hand. Thank you for Thank you. Let's see what's next one. The Y4C2T. Let's see. Who am I going to pick on this morning? Christy, what's your favorite one?
Thank you.
This morning.
I had to remind myself of one. I have a deal, and the other agent is not helpful in any way. He's old school. He's gonna meet me and present things that he did in handwriting. And so he's like, I need you to do this, I need you to do this. And the first response was, hey, you gotta take care of your side. And I had to remember it's all about the client and the win-win. So sometimes you just gotta suck it up as much as it hurts and pains you, and just do what's right.
And so I get that. I do it with my family sometimes. I talk sometimes to be quiet. Just listen, I get so congratulations, guys. I love these guys. I love the Y4C2Ts. Each one of them has something great. Hey guys, I realize in this office, and that's respectfully, you are spoiled children. You're all spoiled children because you think all this training, all this stuff we do here is about at every office. And it's not, guys. I mean, this is, I've visited two other wonderful companies that I adore. I love being there. But their training is archaic compared to this. So we're always telling you, go to Bold, go to Shift, go to this, go to that. But guys, I'm going to tell you, you do not want to miss this later. This is Mo Anderson. Somebody tell me who Mo Anderson is. You can't do it.
She's the angel on Gary's shoulder.
Okay, I love that.
So when Gary had taken the company from good to better, he was told by someone wiser than he is, inspire yourself, Gary, to get to the next level. He brought Mo Anderson, and she's the one that took the company from good to great. Nobody gives Gary credit for it, but Mo Anderson was the woman behind the man, and I mean that. I said, guys, she is 85 years old, and she does not do this. So she's coming to Atlanta, the cost is free, and she's gonna talk about the 6 personal perspectives. You do not wanna miss this. It's something you let you go, I'm so glad I saw that. Number one, she knows it better than anybody else, she lives it better than anybody else. Don't tell anybody I told you this, but come bring anybody you wanna bring with you. This guy is gonna be fabulous. I want it to be standing room only for Mo. She is a dear lady, she's the culture of our company. She's the one that basically took us there, guys. So guys, you don't wanna miss her, because she is a jewel among jewels. Anything to that?
Yeah, so when the 3 of us, we were getting together, Michelle, you and I, this was last year. And we're talking about who can we bring in, and he's like Gary, Mo. And so we decided on Mo, and at first we were gonna just bring her here.
For us.
So, for us. And then one of us, I won't say who, suggested, well, why not share her with the Ross group? And so it took about, 9 or 10 months for us to get all of the arrangements in place for her, because she's 85, you guys. She does have her own private plane, right, which helps facilitate a smoother travel. And so she's coming, and so if you'll notice, it's 9:30 to 12:30. There is no group coaching, there is no scripts or role
No
playing.
LC meeting that
No
day.
LC meeting.
We're
We
changing that.
we can do that later on in the afternoon. You guys, you have to hear her. She came from very humble beginnings to being on everybody's list in America. So please come out, please put it on your calendar. Yes, I will be texting you like the night before, and I'll be reminding you, because I think you would pay hundreds of thousands of dollars just to be coached by her, and we're gonna get it free that day.
And you walk away feeling so happy.
It's gonna be
from her.
in Sandy Springs at
At the bowl
city's,
place.
at the bowl place,
The
yeah.
bowl place.
With lots of parking.
Lots of parking, it's easy, guys.
She just touches your soul every time she speaks, and I'm not a fluffy person, and she just, you walk away just in awe every time
Yeah.
you're around Mo.
Yeah, I was telling Christy, I was at something with her, some culture something, and I had my notebook. And my intention was to take a lot of notes, and when she started speaking, I was like, I walked out of there and taking notes because I was so involved.
I said, President Obama's last national day of prayer last year, his last one before he left office. Guess who led one of the prayers that night?
Really?
Mo. She was up there on leading prayers that morning, guys. So she is well known. She's an amazing lady. So guys, please put that on your calendar. I'm going to remind you about this several times. Please on the calendar and do it on the conversations every morning, guys. Please come do this. Every morning, Arthur's down there. The people that join her is people that are brand new, people that have been in beer business for a long time. So guys, this will help you know what to say when you don't know what to say. Scripts, guys, of situations. So guys, please come do this at 8:30 on Mondays and Wednesdays.
I think Susan has something she's
Pardon me?
trying to
I'm so
say.
sorry. Say
Now,
yes.
that, we talked about current stuff. I mean, the, if you're seeing a change or you're feeling a change in the market, it's all current stuff that even somebody who's a little older like me can benefit from. So if I can, then anybody
Love
can.
that you'd love to do it too. Guys, please come do that. Contract Mastermind, taught by Michelle Byers in the training room. Guys, please come do this. This is on the 18th. Tomorrow from 11 to 12. Come do the contract, guys. We all need help with masterminds. What y'all don't know is when you call us me contract question, I go, let me punt, I'll get right back to you. Then I call Michelle. Michelle, what's the answer? Or Sherry. So guys, just what I said, she understands this well, guys, and please come do this contract mastermind with her. Command Happy Hour, guys. I love Kevin Jackson. He's such a jewel, so patient, guys. If you're not using Command, you are just leaving stuff on the table. There's systems there to you set up stuff, guys. So please come and do this. May 19th, 5 to 6 p.m. Bring your favorite beverage. Think Service, taught by Jay Smith of KW St. Petersburg. I don't know anything about this.
Yes, I do. So this is an MREA agent, I can't read it, Jack Smith, and he is known for his service down in St. Petersburg. I mean, he just goes all out with them. And so I beg, Madison, right? So I begged Jack, and I'm like, can you please put us on your calendar? So next week, Monday, it's from 11 to 12. He's gonna zoom in from St. Petersburg, and what we're doing, guys, we're in the MREA, and it is my intention, James Michelle, that we will teach from the OG, right, which is the MREA, and shift 6 personal perspectives, and of course, career visioning. That's our foundation. So he's gonna teach from page 59, if you're a nerd, and page 93, and make it current and talk about how he brings, because that's one of the chapters of the MREA, Think Service. So I am very excited, I really am, to hear what he's gonna bring to us that we can implement to our business. This is one of those that you can invite any co-op to, because it's all about service and how you service your clients and get to the next level. He's an MREA with a small, powerful team. Thank you.
You all,
Jack Smith is Monday the 23rd.
guys, no other companies to people from St. Petersburg are interested in helping someone in Atlanta, Georgia. Guys,
Yes.
it's just amazing. Group coaching pre-listing packets, Arthur and Johnson, May the 25th from 11 to 12, guys. Please put that on your calendar. Group coaching, pre-listing packets, what they look like, sharing great information. Capitalize your client events, guys. Talk about Carrie Qualls, Kevin Jack. Guys, if you're not doing client events, guys, it's one of the best things you can do to touch your database. You can do them cheap. You can get someone to help you out with the event, guys. So learn how to do this on June the 1st, 11 to 12 p.m. Now, guys, it's like, which one do you talk about? Guys, so this Thursday, half hour from 5 to 7, Jansen and her team, they're bringing this guy called Aaron Kaufman. Aaron is one of the best people at doing his downline and profit sharing, guys. So guys, you can come hear him. There's no cost to you. If you want to grow another stream of income, you need to go to this because Aaron knows how to do it. He'll tell you how to set it up and what to do, guys. So put this on your calendar. And again, it's not here. It is at Janice's office, which is about 2 miles going that way, whichever way that is. That way, away from Johnson Ferry.
Which day is that?
Huh?
Southwest.
This Thursday.
It's
This
this
Thursday?
Thursday.
This Thursday, yeah.
Dr. Rogers, this Thursday, and the hours are,
5 to 7.
No, that's the
no, that's happy hour. What time is this?
2 to 5.
Huh?
2 to 5.
2 to 5, guys. So 2 to 5. So please come join Aaron, learn about how to do this, guys. He is usually booked 3 or 4 months out, so we got it, guys. Please do it. Movie party. All right, tell us about it, Reed.
It's gonna be great.
All right, Reed, let's see my hand. I like it.
When everybody gets there, I'll say, good morning. I can't do it as well as you, Jeff, but I'll be taking lessons. No, that'll be on next Saturday, the
28th.
next Saturday, the 28th. Those are the kids. Can you see the 3 movies?
Yes.
Doctor Strange, Bad Guys, and I can't remember what.
Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey.
Sorry.
So we just watched the last Downton Abbey movie last night at my house. So anyway, I got roped into it. So anyway, you guys invite your people. We will pay for the movie. You're doing the marketing. We pay for everything. We're gonna let you know who that you've invited as RSVP, so you can have a touch ahead of time. Then we're gonna keep track of who came and let you know afterwards, so you'll have an opportunity for a follow-up call. You do not need to be there. That is a misconception that many people have, that like the realtors say, well, I don't want to invite, I can't be there. You don't need to be there. We got it for you. Relax, we've got this. Says so right there on my sleeve. And then you guys will know who went, and you'll have another opportunity for a touch. So I hope you guys will participate.
Are you getting good responses already?
Heather knows, and she's in Arizona. Sedona today. How about that?
Y'all, guys, I appreciate the choir because y'all are here. Because why would you not do this? This is where you can say, hey, want to go to a movie for free? And then tell them who's paying for it. Just want to go to a movie for free? Come on. And why you would not show up, I don't understand, but maybe that's what's going on. But anyway, guys, it's a great way for you to touch your people. So I'm going to turn it over to Arthurine.
Arthurine, can I just say one quick thing?
Yes, ma'am.
So speaking of Silverton, Danielle over there in the back, she helped one of my clients recently. So I just wanted to give a shout out to her.
Yay, let's give her a hand.
She saved them $4,000, switched them over from the lender they were using to, Silverton, and just everything has been so smooth, and she just got all over it. It's great.
We got a rush appraisal back in 3 days.
Wow.
That is something.
And we're
Yeah.
closing it in 2 weeks, so we're,
This Friday.
yep, this Friday, so.
Thank you so much for that. That's why we use our preferred vendors. If the things are going sideways, we know where to run. That's it. All right, who is up? So what does this mean?
Break through the ice.
You've broken through the ice. Okay, and you got your first listing. So who am I honoring today? Alice.
Hey, Alice, give her a hand.
For you. Who else? Barbara.
Barbara.
And Steve Champa.
Way to go, Steve.
Good, Steve. And then we've got payday candies for first closings. This is so exciting. I remember when I got my first check. Come on up here. Awesome. Who else? Matt, Judy, and
Yay, Matt.
These will be in your boxes.
Way to go, Tammy.
Thank you.
Guys, this is one of my favorite things to do because in most countries you don't have. You just keep giving the broker your money, and I'm like, why don't you do that? But anyway, guys, April Cappers this month. I'm very proud to honor. If I mispronounced your name, please forgive me. Stephanie Can. Let's give Stephanie a hand. Second time capping, I think. Way to go, Stephanie. I'm proud of you, girl. Kelly Allen. You did it one more time. Way to go, Kelly. What'd you cap in 1 month or 1 week, something like that? Well, way to go, Kelly. Lynn Anthony. Way to go, Lynn. Jennifer Byrne. Way to go, Jennifer. Let's give her a hand. You want way to go, Jennifer. Give it up for the first time, okay?
Oh,
Please, exactly right.
Well,
Jennifer, now let's give Jennifer a hand. Way to go, Jennifer. 999. First time capper.
Okay.
That's
all
right.
right.
Picture.
Right here, right here, right here.
Hold on, I gotta win.
All right.
You all know she's a model.
Yes.
She plays a doctor.
Hey, doctor, hey.
Let's give her a hand, you all. Kim Cross, right here.
Yes, over here, girl. Yes.
Kim is a hero. Congratulations, I'm proud of you. Let's give her a hand, you all, please. Miriam, way to go, Miriam. Sleep watches at the lake. Chrissy and Mason, come on, Mason.
Yeah.
How many times y'all count Mason? A bunch.
A bunch.
Let's
Let's go over here.
get this here.
All right.
Okay, thanks, Mason.
Yay.
Mason.
Yes.
Sharka, yay, Sharka! What do you think Sharka and my favorite colors are?
Blink.
Congratulations, girl.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Joe. Let's give her a hand, you all. Joanne, come on, way to go, Joanne. Oh, come on!
All right, Bala. Put that hat on, Bala.
Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
Hey guys, look at this smile. I mean, look at this smile. Isn't it amazing? Look, that's why I said,
I want to say one quick thing. First of all, I appreciate all of you have been doing for a long, long time. It's a lot of patience, lot of sacrifices, I would say. I came from corporate America and I've been here for 1.5 years. It's a really, really different career, I would say. But again, thank you all for doing it for a long, long time. last week I had one incident I want to tell you what you would react. The person did the binding agreement. 2 days later, he's asking he can have a birthday party for his wife.
And you said?
I said, what? You all may have different reactions.
What work you did before you came here though? You had a great job.
Yeah, I was vice president engineering for Georgia Pacific.
Wow.
So I was mostly in operations, management, spent capital like $300 million for each project. Up to about $2 million in a year spending. But this more different situation, right? It's customer service, more sales, all those stuff. So it's a little bit different area. So appreciate all the support I get from this office.
Jim will never be vice president of any operations.
That's
All right, Danielle, get Danielle up there. How do you like to?
First time ever, her son is celebrating her brother who graduated from college.
All right, let's give Patty out to. Give me a hand that I can pronounce her name.
Yeah.
I know that. Mandy, congratulations. Way to go, Mandy. Chris Van Zandt. Come on, Luke.
Yeah.
How many times, Chris?
Every
year. I like that.
All right, hold on. Look right here. Yes, you can put it on. What's up with that?
It's hair there.
Come on. Yeah, yes, she is. All right. Okay.
Gonna go to Walt Disney World, call his wife.
Yes.
Is that right, Ben? Yeah. Let's give him a hand, guys. Julie, let's give Julie a hand. Hey, Julie, one more time, Julie. All right, Michelle, lessons learned.
All right.
Wow, that was a quick cutoff.
Yeah, okay, congratulations, here we go. Pay attention. Okay, we always talk about earnest money, don't we?
Yes.
And there's always a little caveat to everything. When Quan is holding earnest money and there's a disagreement, who gets it, who gets to make a decision as to how it's going to be distributed? The broker. So we do a 10-day letter, correct? And that's only if Quan is holding. So if another brokerage is holding the earnest money, who gets to make a reasonable interpretation of the contract? That's what we do. They do, correct. Now, pay attention. How many people are using attorneys to hold earnest money these days? Or have used it? Yeah, okay. So when the attorney is holding the earnest money, who is making a reasonable interpretation? The attorney. What's the exception to that?
They are required to go by the same rules.
Well, but here, let me read something that will, I think, surprise you. It says closing attorney holding earnest money in an all cash transaction. They make a difference to that. In an all cash transaction where the closing attorney is representing the buyer or seller, the closing attorney can hold the earnest money and any other trust funds. But in the event the dispute between the parties regarding the disbursement of the funds, the closing attorney shall not disperse the funds based on a reasonable interpretation of the agreement. So what did that just say?
He's not.
He's not going to make a reasonable interpretation, and this is all cash. What does happen instead, and notwithstanding any provision to the contrary contained in this agreement, lots of words, in the event of a dispute regarding the earnest money in an all cash transaction where the closing attorney is representing the buyer or seller, the only remedy available to the closing attorney is to resolve the dispute regarding the disbursements of earnest money shall be to interplead the funds in a court of competent jurisdiction.
What? That
Yeah.
won't cost any money.
Yeah. So, why do I know this? I mean, because every week we have something unusual come up. We've got a situation, we've got the buyer, the seller, the earnest money is being held by Thomas and Brown, And so they quickly pointed out, because they couldn't come to a decision, that it has to go into interplay. So be aware that when you are working with that, it's unusual, but be aware that that is how it will be handled. If there's a disagreement. So what's the key to this? Get everybody to work together here.
Michelle's gonna hate this. She's gonna hate this.
Uh-oh.
Did the closing attorney sign that contract?
No.
So does the closing attorney have to follow the rules of that contract?
No.
Okay, I just asked the question.
Yeah.
Do they, in other words, if a vet signs a contract, someone over here, that says Jim Alexander shall give away his new 1999 BMW, do I have to do it because they signed the contract? No. So I question, and I'm not an attorney, guys, this is just me, the way I think of it. I think, how can you make an attorney do something that they do not agree to? Sir?
If you have attorney holding earnest money in there, an exhibit that the attorney has to sign an agreement.
Oh, yeah.
If they sign it, if they sign it, that's what, yeah.
So would
Well,
that
they
then-
have to.
So respectful to, can she reach my, not respect her of me? Can you see an attorney, you have to sign this?
Oh, no. Yeah, I mean, they don't have to.
Gotcha, yeah.
There's
It's
a second
required,
party
yeah.
that if they won't, that has to, but you've got to use F510 and F511.
So if they sign on it and it is part of the contract, but because it is exhibit, it will over supersede the contract, which means that he's going to give it to the court.
Yeah. Well, and usually they're happy to, because it's a mess. This one's a mess.
I'm okay with both sides. I respect Michelle because she reads the contracts and I do not. I respect that from her. I tip that, hey guys. I just think like anytime someone's holding earnest money besides us, everything's out the window. I mean, I had a great company that I love that I used to work at. And we need earnest money. We should have gotten it because the other party did not perform. And it's in a real agreed that we're just working earnest money to our client. They were wrong. But the word reasonable interpretation it can be defined by who? Court of law. That's it. So that's respectful to everybody, guys. Because I respect what Michelle and Sherry do. But anytime someone else is holding earnest money, it's always an issue, isn't it?
Yes.
Now she's right. They're going to say, contracts say I do this. Here, court, you have. Y'all take this. And I do agree with that. But just realize if we're not holding it, we don't have much way to make them do what we want to do.
That is correct, because the other broker called me yesterday and said, let's get something worked out. And I said, you know what? They either come to an agreement or it goes to the court, period.
Hey guys, how many times in my 39 years I've paid money in court? Usually work it out, don't we, Michelle?
Oh, yes.
Usually work it out.
Yeah.
So I thank you all for that, guys. Okay. But guys, so one of the things that I love to do, and I can tell you I'm not a numbers person, but I think maybe I'm more than I think I am because I love studying the numbers and looking at what's going on out there, guys. And guys, you all know that Jeremy Trask now is the person that does the numbers for us. He was in business for a whole year, with Chuck, and Chuck is amazing. He's retired now, and so Jeremy is an uber numbers person also. So guys, here's what we're seeing out there right now. Then we're going to talk about what you see out there. Had a great discussion yesterday afternoon with Aisha, and I respect a lot. Okay, all right. This is April. Yearly turnout of last year compared to April of this year.
Do you have your pointer?
Got my what?
Your clicker?
I
Can't see clearly.
Guys, so if you look right here, thank you for that. If you look right there, last year, number back to 4,000. This year, 4,292. So active listings are higher by a little bit. Okay? What does that tell you anything at all? What do you see? 5% higher. Does that tell you anything at all? Anything you get from that? Anything you want to share? Huh?
There are a couple of stories behind that. Because of everything that's been going on, the sellers are now pricing their houses a little bit too high.
Amen.
And I think we acquiesce because of the fact that, quite frankly, most of us don't even know how to price these houses anymore, right? And you're nodding yes, right? Because you price them like, okay, this house is $380 all day long. It really is a $325,000 house. You price it at $380 and you end up getting $402. So the neighbors are seeing that and go, oh my God, now I can get 600. And so they want 600 for this 450 house. So we're pricing them too high because we're like, okay, good, let's just throw it on the market. And the buyers are going, okay, let me just step back for a minute. So that's what's happening. It's not a lot higher, but it's a little bit higher because that's what's happening in our marketplace today.
Okay. So 4,000 to almost 4,300, 5% higher. Number pending, here's a story. 9,000 last year. Pardon me, 9,100 last year. This year, 7,643. Lower by almost 17%. I had a conversation with an agent I respect yesterday afternoon. He gave me a great thought about this. But what do you all think? What do you think? Pardon me?
Overall less inventory? It's quick closings are happening, does that?
Pardon me?
Is it quick closings?
Pendings.
No, but if it's pending
Quicker closings driving a lower number.
Could it be? Could it be? Okay.
17%'s a lot.
Hey guys, is 17% a number we should be paying attention to?
Yes.
Yes.
70% regardless of what's causing it, is that significant?
Yes, double digits.
Okay. Guys, look at the number sold. April last year, 5,300 almost. This year, 4,200. Down by what? 20%.
And so these are just FMLS numbers.
Yeah,
Remember, there are a lot of off-market sales.
No, it's a small percentage. It's a small percentage.
But I was gonna say, and it would be in last year's numbers too.
Yeah. Last year's.
So either way, it's still apples to
I mean,
apples.
Last year we had it's not so big.
Guys. And guys, this one is just interesting. Distressed is about the same, less than 0.5%. 0.5% right there, guys, okay? This one is interesting. Failed. What does failed mean? Didn't sell. Failed. This is 3 months. Last year we were at 10.8. This year we're at 12.1. What do you see there?
Pricing.
Say it again, Chris. Pricing.
There's no inventory, so you clearly priced the house wrong.
Yeah.
Appraisal, okay, could be that, okay. Month supply listing, 0.8, 1% at 1 month, sorry, 1 month, okay. Original list price 370, this year, look at this one, 430,000.
Wow. There goes the first one.
Up by 16.2%. Is 16.2% sustainable?
No.
It really is not. It's been going up that way for a long time. Gary Keller says about 4% is where we want it to be. Now, is Gary Keller the end all be all? No. He's been calling for a downturn for how many years, Paige? 7. He's eventually gonna get it right.
Don't tell us you got it right.
Right. And then median sales price up from 375 to almost 440. Median days in the market 8, no change. Now, when you look at all this, you look at all that, what do you see?
Overpriced homes. I think.
Say it again?
Overpricing homes is causing them to stay in the market longer and not sell.
Okay.
The market is adjusting.
The market is adjusting, okay. All right. Until yesterday afternoon, I thought the same thing.
Homes are
Someone
still
told me
selling
something.
over list price. Homes are still selling over list price though.
It depends which one.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Hey, Jim, it's Danielle.
Hey,
Can you hear me?
Danielle.
Hey there.
Happy capper again, Danielle.
Hey, thank you. I think the sold is down because the inventory was down, right? The sold is from the previous 2 months. So if you've got lower listings the previous 2 months, of course, the sold is going to be down. I think you have to watch, you can't make assumptions off of 1 month's worth of data. So to me, that's what I see is that the inventory was lower the previous month. So the number of sold is down.
Okay, all right. I like
The
that.
active is higher.
Pardon me?
The active is higher.
Active is higher? Okay, I like that.
Yeah, and right. I think that's just bringing people that are like, interest rates are high, I need to get my house on the market.
All right, I like that, Danielle. All right, you off? Let's go to the next slide. 6 months trend, guys. And I want you to particularly pay attention to this right here. This right here, look at this. When you look at 6 months trend, November 21, we had 4,500 actives, 3,900 actives, 3,500 actives, 3,400 actives, 3,700 actives. Now we're at 4,292. So there's the trend, okay, right there. Number pending, 7,400, 6,500, 6,500, 72, 75, 76. Which way is the trend going? Say it again.
The buyers aren't buying.
Okay. All right. Number of sold, same thing, 4,200, 4,200, 2,700, 34, 45, 42. Month supply, 1, 1, 1, 1, less than 1, 1. Anything here that jumps out at you?
Head down, ass up.
All right. Write that down, guys. Write that down.
No idea what that means?
Yeah.
All right.
If you know what that means, call her for a consultation.
I'll call her.
Hi, guys. There's nothing here surprising, is there?
No.
All right. Next one.
Can we stay on that real fast? Go back.
Go back, please. Sure.
The biggest thing for me is the sales price, original list price.
All right, tell me why.
Look where it was in November, December, January, February, and the last 2 months where it's at. In our area, it's even higher than that. In East Cobb, it's higher.
Okay.
In Roswell, it's higher. In Alpharetta, it's higher. In Cumming, it's higher. It's 108% or higher. So median days on market is actually, we said, we'll figure out five in those areas. So depending on where you're selling, those numbers are skewed even further toward the seller's market. So I'm not seeing a slowdown in my business with my clients and my buyers or my listings.
All right.
You price it correctly.
And that seems to be the often question, if you price it correctly.
If you price it correctly, your days on market is 5 days or less, if you price it correctly.
Right, that's the key.
So I had a seller call me yesterday, and he's talking to us and someone other company, and he says, first other company is telling me 939, and y'all are telling me 850. Why should you believe us? I said, well, you can't underprice a listing. He said, what do you mean? You can't underprice a listing. What happens if you underprice a listing?
You get bid up.
It gets bids up.
What happens if you overprice it?
Says.
It won't sell. Guys, sellers, for some reason, don't believe me when I tell them that. And I said, well, take a car that's worth $100,000. You put it at $85,000, what happens to that car? You put it at $150,000, what happens to that car?
The script you use is if 8.9% are still failing, you ask the seller, do you want to be part of the 8.9% or do you want to be part of the 90%?
Well, I agree with that. Pay attention to this. Condo townhomes, number of active, 1,800 last year. At the end of April, 1,000. Pending listings, 3,400. This year, 2,600. Number of sold, 1,700. This year, 1,300. Distressed properties, nothing. Failed. Look at this. 15 last year, 8.9 this year. What does that tell you all about condos? Anything at all? What?
More desirable this year than they were last year.
Okay. I mean, it's just one little snapshot.
And the price is usually a little bit lower, so.
Price a little low, okay, get that. Medium price point, get 284, get 300.
Can I add something in townhouse? It's a little detour, but I think it's important. So 2 of the townhouses, first one we were about to go under contract, found the price, we were gonna be cash, solid offer, blah, blah. And she had written no rental restrictions. Something in me just did not agree. I had to go deep to find the right guy in the HOA Covenants Committee. The president found out there were huge rental restrictions. So she had misled totally. She convinced me there were no rental restrictions. That was the first time. Second time again, another agent said no rental restriction. She didn't bother to check. She just asked the seller. So I said, yeah, no rental. So please do your due diligence. Don't trust the agents unless they are you all.
I agree. The thing I want you to pay attention
Head
to
down,
is-
ass up.
Okay.
Everybody's kinda getting it now.
Median days in the market, look at this, okay? 18 last year for condos, this year, 8.
Wow. The first-time home buyer has been removed from single families because of the interest rate increase.
Okay.
So they are having to convert to condos. And we had a situation last week that they totally were qualified with the new interest rate for a single family home, but of course couldn't find anything in that, so they went to condo, went under contract with this blazing, wonderful pre-approval letter, and then they added the condo fees, and boom, he no longer was qualified and we lost the offer.
So condo is not always a solution.
That is
Lower
correct.
price or not the
Especially with the older.
What they can afford.
Yes.
To build in the condo.
Great discussion, guys. It's not always a solution because those extra fees.
Especially with the older
will
ones,
get
I
you.
mean, we have some right here that we could walk to that are $350 a month for condo fees, and they're not even condos, they don't pay for anything, it's just, they look kinda like condos.
And charge like.
And charge like a condo, but don't service like a condo.
Guys, the condo market, townhome market is very live. Right, Bill, next one, please.
Jim, I wonder if like the condos.
Same thing here, guys.
Jim,
I'm sorry, yes, ma'am.
I'm wondering if the condos are, the pricing of a condo is easier because they're a condo, they're mirrors of the ones around you, and I'm wondering if, the houses, the houses is just more, it's a little, it's just a little more subjective
Okay.
sometimes.
Okay.
Like a PUD, where all the houses are kind of the same, and of course, the rates are going up and everybody's prices are going up, but a condo, it seems like maybe they're a little bit, they're staying more about the price that they're supposed to. Than some of these other people who are just throwing a dart in the air and trying to.
There's more scarcity though.
True.
There's more scarcity, which drives the price up.
Yeah.
Right, but it doesn't, to me, it's more consistent in the condo community.
Right.
I'm not seeing the big jumps. I mean, I'm seeing it in the over asking. But as far as like, I listed one in Alpharetta and everybody lists at 345, 350, 355. But they sell for 400. But it's that key list price that stays constant, and then what happens after that is crazy off the charts.
Would you all agree there's more non-constants this year than ever?
Yeah.
More than what?
More non-constant about our business?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Isn't it more than ever? You think you figure something out and you go, dang, I wouldn't expect that to happen. Wow. Guys, they separate townhouses and condos, and what you see is there is no difference. That's a very, very slight difference, guys. I mean, $299 here, $239 there for the condo. So there's not a lot of change there, guys. Nothing here should jump out at you, okay?
Jim, this is Angela.
Hey, Angela.
I have a question for Reed and Jeff. Do you see any tightening up on the restrictions for lenders or for borrowers with condos?
Camila, what do you say?
It depends on the program. Conventional, Always we're gonna have the same requirements, the condo questionnaire, but if you put a little more down payment, you're gonna have some extensions to the rule. On FHA's case by case, of course, the complex needs to be approved by FHA. So if you have any name on the complex, you shoot us an email and we check on the list that we have right there to update that. Sometimes, case by case, we can request an exemption if that particular condo is not approved, okay? But it's a little more time-consuming requirements. So it can be done, yes. It's gonna be easy, no. But it is possible, it depends on, but this time when you wanna close sooner than later, you're competing here and there, I don't know if time is not gonna be on our side, but it can be done. I know you.
There he is. What do you think, Reed?
So guys, so let's talk a minute about the market. Who would look at this up here and say, Jim, we're definitely in a, whatever you want to define, a shift? However you define it, do you think the market is shifting right now? And someone to put their hand up and say, yes, I do think this, and here's why I think this. You can't be shy. What's your question? You can still ask this, okay? You sure? Anyway, I do get distracted a little bit sometimes. But anyway, tell me if you think we're in a shift right now, because when I told this, and I'll tell you who it is, and if you want to talk to you this afternoon, but I said, well, I looked last month, and we're down 26% in units. We're down 26% in this, and 8% in this, and down there, we're not up in any category. And we're still, as of yesterday, the most productive office for Keller Williams in Atlanta. We sell more, and we sell more units. Volume and units first. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I told this mystery guest this afternoon, and the reason we're like that is that we don't have any stars here. We don't have one person that is like, I kick it every single month. We got different people that kick it at different times. We have different teams that do it at different times. Yeah, so we have no stars here. We have a very wide bench. Hey guys, we don't have stars here. We don't have any stars except for me. I'm the only star here, okay? That's my age. I can do it, okay, guys? So I said this person, yeah, we're down, boom, 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 okay? So who says that we're in a shift right now, and tell me what you think? Jill, what do you think?
Can you define what are you asking about shift? I don't understand.
Tell me what you think.
I think we are.
All right, tell me why.
I just see houses that, would have normally been, not normally, in the last 6 months, would have been under contract in 24 to 48 hours, and a weekend, they're not. Couple that I put on the market, I'm like, oh, yikes, it took us a few days. We're still getting above list price and going under contract, but my feeling is that's because buyers are trained that that's what it takes, and they're gonna start figuring out that they're one of, 3 offers or whatever, and they're not gonna offer as much, when a couple of months ago, they've been one of 10 offers.
Okay, okay. I respect that. And look for average price point is what, Jill? $600, okay, okay. Who else?
What I can tell you from the lender perspective, I mean, I've been in the business for 15 years. For those of you who has been that long, you see shifts all the time. So there's always a period of adjustment to get used to that new period. That's the key when you are a new agent or new loan officer, where you're gonna either quit or keep working hard and adjust to those times. So for me, it's a shift, it's changing a little bit, but that at the same time, I need to shift my strategy and the way that I need to do business. I mean, if I compare that to last year or 2 years ago. But there is always gonna be a change. You've seen that, you're gonna keep having it. Refinance are gone, well, kind of, but they're gone. So a lot of people is getting fired because they work only on refinance. We focus on purchase. So we're gonna keep working right there because we see those shift right there. Definitely you see a little changes on the perspective on the market, but that's, at this point, we need to have a little more conversation with the clients, with realtors about what's going on and explaining why are we having this type of changes.
Others, what's your thought? Yes, William?
If you would decide, define a term of shift as sensitivity to the price,
Okay,
I would say
sensitive price,
yes.
I like that.
Because right now, market is less forgiving in overpricing.
Okay.
Last year, doesn't matter how much you will be overpricing, you're gonna have a crowd by your house. Today, if you're overpriced by 10, 15,000, an average, in 400, 500,000 price point, you have a slowdown. And to me, it is a sign of a shift. And I tell my clients, let's go under. And people who don't listen and they go over suggested price, they have results the same.
Yes.
This is more of a scenario, and it's for people to guide me. I work with still mainly buyers. We saw a condo, HOA was 531 a month. We offered slightly over asking, not a lot, because obviously the rates have gone up since when we first started looking. So obviously they didn't take our first offer. The listing agent called me later to say the one they went for no longer qualifies for the loan, and they're putting it back on the market. So I said, well, how about our offer? We can still take it off. No, we decided to put it back on the market. So is that greed?
Everybody says yes, Paige says no. Tell us why, Paige.
Well, I've had that situation. It's not the condo situation. They did not qualify because when the condo fee was added. So we had offers that were at list price. We did the email blast that the property was back on the market. We had, was it you? No.
She would have told you.
Oh, okay. We had people that say, well, our offer will stay, and we said, no, we choose to put it back on the market.
Why do you do that?
Because just because the first offer went away does not mean that the property lost value. It did not lose weight after it went to sleep.
I know, but we offered over asking.
But there were people that made better offers than yours, or they would not have put it back on the market.
So they re-exposed it to the what?
To the new market.
And maybe theirs will be the best one.
And then, guess what? We got better than the first one, so it was new to the market. And it also depends on the strategy of putting that property back on the market. And that's something that we probably need a class on.
I agree with you on that. Wow, that's a good one.
I did sign up to
She
teach
just
it.
signed up to teach it. Thank you, Paige.
I also got to follow me on this one, okay, guys. Follow me on
We'll
this
be there.
because and so I was in Miles yesterday afternoon and a really good agent came in to see me named Andrew Morgan. And we were talking about a couple things, talking about his son and comparing my grandsons and what his son was doing, what my grandsons were doing, so we talked about that. When we talked about the market, I was telling him, you know what, I'm seeing down 27%, I'm seeing down 7%, seeing down. Looks like we're in a shift. And I define a shift as a slowing down the market. Y'all let me have that definition? Slowing down the market, okay? And he looked at me and said, Jim, how long have you been in the business? I said, about as long as you've been alive, 39 years. And he says, well, let me ask you a question, Jim. I said, okay, Andrew, go ahead. He's thinking, rubbing his beard. He says, what happens every year at the end of the market on gold? Market slows down. Why is that? People get out of school. And I went, you're right. He said, what happens then? He said, Jim, what happens in August?
Yeah.
Same thing. And he says, Jim, what was the market like in February and March? I said, up 7%. He says, bingo. He said, that's when the spring market kicks in. He said, Jim, I don't think the market is slowing down. I think we're having seasonal activities. am I saying Andrew is right? There's mother sitting here, so I guess I'm saying that. But anyway, how would you respond to what Andrew said? Do you agree with that?
I definitely agree with it. We are, not allowed to use the word shift in our office. And, we have changed the verbiage to flip, and I feel like that's more of what we're seeing.
What?
Blip.
Oh, blip.
Blip?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little blip.
Different opportunity.
Yeah. And we have, that's funny that it was Andrew, because we have been deep, deep, deep into the numbers and the year-over-year numbers. They're the same. But here's what's changed.
Okay.
For 3 years, 10 years ago, for 3 years, our average price point home was 444. This is real. I mean, y'all know you can look everything up on command, and if this is real. Today, our average price point home is 888.
Who's it out? Who's out?
Andrew and I.
Your team, gotcha, that's what I'm sure. Curtis, mine's not here, so I get you. Understand?
But, so, what has changed in the years that Gary Keller has been saying that we're headed for a shift? We've changed our price point. Now, part of that was intentional, very intentional. And part of that was the market. That 16% every year helped change that. And then we changed our strategies. But I just think it's a blip. And yes, I agree, we're just back into the season. My God, that child put 6 houses under contract from Thursday to Saturday. So it's hard to tell him when he's not a child.
2007, and this number's about correct, there were 40,000 listings in North Carolina. Right now, last time I looked, Michelle, I think it's correct, it's about 4,500. And has the population gotten more since 2000? Or less? More. So guys, as long as this number right here stays here, the market ain't gonna shift much.
And Jim,
Amen to that.
Paige and I
That's
just
exactly
said
right.
something, and that 40,000, 60% of that was short sales and foreclosures. 60% of that was our market. And when we had something go under contract in 30 days, we announced it from Mount Everest. Because
we
it
went
was
to El
taking,
Toro.
it was taking us 100 days to go under contract, guys. On average, yeah, because you were around too.
Back in the downturn, the metro brokers had the number of active listings on their billboards, and once it got over 100,000, they just took it off.
I wondered, that's what I couldn't remember, is how high that number got.
It was over 100,000.
I thought it was.
They lost a comma.
They lost.
Yeah.
I think Metro Brokers, was using for the state, maybe, I don't, I would look at them, where's that number coming from?
Well, wait,
really?
it got worse.
Where'd that number come from? Guys, this number right here, in my 39 year of real estate, tells me that we ain't close to market being where we have 45 days supply listings. We are close. Now, does it concern me that rates are, where are rates now, 5.25?
Yeah.
Is that right, 5.25?
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, but you can get a 10-year home for under
Exactly.
5, and who's gonna stay for 10 years?
Yeah.
So take your 10 years Supreme and get on home.
Exactly. Last but
And
not
I'm
least.
sure Silverton as well.
Bless you.
That's what I saw out of the corner of my eye.
Guys,
The shine off my head.
if one more person looks and then goes, Jim, how's the market?
Tell them head down, ass up, and then figure out what it means.
I'm a fine Christian man. I say ass. Actually, I do say, we got.
Well, that's in the Bible. Who cares?
One more person, Ronald said, thanks, Jill. If one more person tells me the market sucks, I'm gonna go, no, you did.
Yes!
Whoa!
Did I say sucks?
Yes.
Can I amen.
Amen.
Guys, it's consistent, I'm gonna tell you right, okay? The ones that are working right now are doing well business. Okay, the ones that are working. Now, some are very happy doing one deal a month. God bless you. There's nothing wrong with that. But some want to do 10 a month. Okay, guys? So, guys, can you get listings out there right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you get this right now? Okay, can you get buyers?
Yes.
That's
easy.
Get rid of
So, guys, if I were you, I would put my head down and my butt up. Exactly right. And guys, I want you guys to mark it right now, guys. Quit listening to the news that's telling you, oh my God, the market is so bad now. That's everybody. Do y'all know there's a shortage right now of hamburger meat?
Oh, yeah, and formula.
Formula is a different thing. They're telling everybody that, okay? But there's a shortage of hamburgers. Have you heard McDonald's put a commercial out saying, guess what, guys? Don't come to McDonald's because guess what? We don't have any hamburger meat. No.
But have you seen the huge campaign that McDonald's has gone on for filet of fish and chicken sandwiches?
Exactly.
And that's the key. That's head
That's
down
strategy.
south.
That's strategy.
All right, now, Russ, you had a question? Yes, sir.
No, I was just thinking, it's sort of like COVID, you're in uncharted territory with home builds being 5 years behind. And I've talked to several builders that have put the brakes on building because of the cost of wire and cost of materials. So I think that gap's going to get even wider with interest rates going the way they are. So, I mean, when you look at it holistically, there's no reason to think that we're going to be in a downturn.
All right. Last but not least, guys, and I'll let you guys go. So thank y'all for y'all showing this one, okay? But I also look at it, to think, okay, now, insurance going up. Gas is at the highest ever. The highest ever. Now, whether you blame because the pipeline's not open, or because of Russia, or because of COVID, or because of whatever, doesn't make a difference. I filled up my tank this weekend, it was almost $90.
Wow.
And guys, I can afford to pay that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so a lot of people cannot, and I get that, guys. So when you look at all those numbers, and everything's going up right now.
My brother-in-law in California said gas is $7.
Wow.
$7.
The thing that does, one thing that does concern me is shift happens when two things happen. Shift happens, I said it correctly, okay? When inflation is high and interest rates are going up. Guess what, guys? Guess what, guys? What's happening right now? Inflation is high, and what else is going up? Interest rates, guys. And Gary's book says that's the two main things that put us into a shift.
It's also the only thing that can stabilize our economy.
100%. No,
Yes.
Gary said he wants to go up. The guy, this is the unknown right here. This is unprecedented right here. This is so low, guys.
But it's
If
one
you think I know the answer to this question,
It's
no, guys.
1 month of inventory in most all the counties. That's terrific. For sellers, yeah.
The good news is the ones that want to work right now, and you define work, guys. If you're happy doing lead generation once a month, God bless you. If you do lead generation once a month, you do more than 90% of the industry. Once a month. Once a month. Almost nobody does it once a week. Almost nobody does it once a week. So guys, just stay there, stay in the game. Don't listen to what's going on in the news. Turn the news off because they don't know, guys. They're telling what you want to hear. I'm certainly my baby family. That really is something. I can't imagine my baby crying over because he my family. That's interesting. Yes, ma'am.
Jim, I just got confused a little bit with what you just said.
I like confusion.
You said that, with the fact that inflation is going up and rates are going up, we're gonna go through a shift, but then you're showing that the supply is so extremely low. So are we really gonna go through a shift then? Because there's no supply. So with the housing.
I like it. Thanks, guys. What I said was in Gary's book. That was 30 years ago?
No.
20 years ago?
The shift book was written in 8.
Yes. So anyway, in Gary's shift book, it says what causes a shift is interest rates going up and what else? Inflation. Yeah, both those things. I did say that, but I said, but even those two things, The unknown is that we never had a market.
Right.
Ever seen a market like this before, Coach? Me neither. So this is what confuses me, is that how does this put us in this shift when this is so low?
Yeah.
When we still got less than a couple of days of listings? Great question. I don't
So
know.
that's like COVID, right? So that's the unknown. That's the unknown.
It's not as
Right,
much,
there's
because
two-
we're talking about numbers, not lives.
Right.
So, and there's no emotion in this.
Right.
So it will be more predictable if there's no emotion.
That's not really, so when I came here in 2011, I came from a wonderful company named Perry Realtors. Perry, the name on one of the good friends, good people, God bless them. When I came here, I thought, my agents are dying, they're not selling listings, the market sucks so bad, oh my God. I feel so sorry for them because no listings are selling them, right? I came here and people were making $4 million on it. What happened? Well, they stopped listing properties and went to banks and started listing properties that were in foreclosure. And I went, they shifted their mind, the way they were thinking. They went from not selling houses that were $500,000 over price, but selling ones the bank had done well. All they did was just shift the way they thought. Rick Keller says there are no bad agents, there are no bad markets, just bad agents. They don't shift their mind. So guys, focus. Get out there right now, because someone's gonna make a lot of money next year. Someone is. Put your money away right now, save it, because when the market does shift, and it will eventually, you can do well in vice versa. All right, guys, thank you for asking that question. Anything else I said that confused you?
Jim?
Where did you get that beautiful vest? I can't take my eyes
Oh,
off it. It is gorgeous.
The staff office.
Yeah.
Oh. No.
Yeah.
Well, it is good looking.
They will talk. Really, guys.
Jim?
Just realize, guys, that if you want to grow your business, this is the place to grow your business. I'm gonna get this in a second. This is the place to grow your business. If you want help, there's more help here than any office within 10 miles of here. But you have to ask for it. Just come out. Come see Arthur Lane, come see Michelle, come see me. We'll help you get there, guys. If you're happy with your business, guys, I don't want to do that, guys. There's so much good stuff going on here, guys. Please take advantage of it. Anything else we need to talk about? Yes. Camilo.
Oh, just one shift on your mindset that it changed my mind back in 2009, 2010, one time. It was focus on what you want and forget of what you don't want. That's so simple, you know. So I focus on making more money to pay a higher price of cash.
Bold law. Focus on the plan and not the problem. Bold law.
And that changed, I mean, it's amazing how that changed. Make more money.
Anything else? Anything else you want to add to this at all? Great discussion. I love it. Anything else to this, guys? Thank you so much. Thank you for breakfast.
Thanks for the great breakfast.
This was a breakfast.
That was the best breakfast we've ever
I
had.
just would say, you guys, this is a time to double down on your scripts. I mean, some of you guys have been doing it long enough that it comes natural and you've already got good scripts, but because you are gonna get a different set of objections now than maybe you did 3 or 4 months ago, especially with newer buyers. And so you gotta be prepared for that so you don't falter. And it doesn't sound canned. I mean, that's why I think working at them with people, so it sounds like you instead of like a program. Because you're gonna have them, they're just gonna be good or bad, one way or the other. You're gonna have scripts.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Give my hand noise.
And now we get with you.